Hello, Northwest Phlebotomy team. This is the first in a series of videos that are going to help you manage the site on your own. Since it's nearing the end of the day on Friday and we just launched your site, and I know you're probably going to need to potentially manage some of the classes, we're going to start with class management, which normally would be further along, but in any case, what we're looking at right now is the dashboard of the website. There's not a lot right here. One thing that you will use right here is this is where the tutorial videos are going to live. So these are the videos for the old site. We'll be getting rid of these, but it'll look the same. The tutorial videos are all going to live right here, and you can scroll through them. You can see the name of what each one is covering for, date, course date and time, etc., course pages, all of that good stuff. So actually, maybe some of these will still apply. So I'll leave those that apply and get rid of those that don't. But really, most of what you're going to do is coming over here to this side menu and choosing what you're going to work on from here. So there is the products, which are right down here, and those are essentially your classes, since those are now set up as products. So that's what we're going to start with. We can click on that right there. And up comes a list of all of the courses on the website. So typically, I think when you're working with these, what you're going to want to do is start by just filtering for a city, since that's, I think, how this is usually done. So let's say you're going to update the Dallas courses. Let's just start by typing in Dallas and hit search courses. And now we're dealing with a much shorter list. We can see everything that's here. If there are courses that had already expired, we could just delete those right here. You can just trash them when they're done so that they disappear from the list on the front end. If you need to edit any of them, if there's any mistakes, or let's say you need to, the quote-unquote stock has gone to 0, and you need to up the stock, you can click into any of these. And right here, you just scroll down a little bit, and here is this inventory tab on course data, and you can put how many there are right here. So I will say for this first round, you'll have to monitor this on your own, since we kept having to update the stock since the launch date kept getting pushed back. So you'll need to decide when these close, when you run out of space. It's not gonna, I'm sure there's fewer than 14 spaces left. So you could go through and update all of these, or since you're tracking on your own anyway, when you want to close one of these, you can just put it to 0. And that means on the front end, it won't allow anybody to purchase that class. And that message will show that says, this class is currently full, with the message where they can get added to the wait list. But in any case, in general, the fields that you'll need to fill out are right up here. This is the title. This is just for your purposes so that you can identify what the class is by looking at this list. It's not used for anything else. This general tab right here is where you're going to put in the price. It's $150. Inventory, we said, is right here. And then over here on the side is where most of the classes comes through, most of the information about the class comes through. So here's where we choose the city. Here's where we choose the class type. The overall cost, at least that's what it shows on the front end. So this is the price that you actually charge when it goes through. That's what the card is going to run. And this cost over here is what shows on the display on the front end so that they know what the total cost is. Start date and end date, start time and end time. And so these work as a calendar and a drop-down list with a clock on that. So you can actually choose the AM, PM, all of that stuff right there. This is the text that I think we ended up with on everything. So for the message, this is going to be on all of the classes. So unless you start adding IV classes or any of those other class types, this should remain the same. So generally speaking, I think most of the time what you're going to want to do is just come right here, and let's say it's Seattle that you're wanting to do. probably the shortest course of action is to just come in and just hit duplicate on one that is the closest to what you want. So we would hit duplicate. It's going to duplicate that product. It's going to leave it in draft mode, which means it won't show on the front end of the site if it's showing draft right here. Then you click into it, and you can just update whatever is needed. So you're going to want to change the date up here if that's what we're changing, as well as changing it over here on the side so that you can identify what the date of it is. And as I was saying in our meeting the other day, you'll probably also, for those that are morning or mid-afternoon classes, you'll want to do the 10 a.m. or the 2 p.m. or whatever it might be if it differentiates from the regular 6 to 9 schedule. That'll allow you to figure it out a lot quicker. And then, the price won't need to change. Inventory, each time you duplicate one of these, you'll want to put it back up to 10 or 12 or 15 or whatever it is that you want to have the course be limited to. And then, again, it's just the city, the class type, the total price, start and end date, start and end time. And then you would just hit publish if you're ready to publish it. If you want to save it, but you still don't want it to show, you can just hit save draft. And that's really all there is to adding new classes and managing the inventory. Again, it's just title, location, class type, price that displays on the front end, start date, end date, start time, end time, the price that they're going to be charged, which is just the deposit, and the inventory for the course. I think that is it for managing the classes that show up on the site. Thanks.